I've never looked up my husband online. I just didn't feel a need to because everything that I needed to know he was sharing with me, right?
Right.
Who is it? And she said, it's Prince Has. And I said, who's that? I asked if I could see his feed. And so that's the thing, when people say, did you Google him? No. But that's your homework. You're like, look, let me see what they're about.
I've never looked up my husband online.
I remember in the car and driving up, and he said, you know how to curtsy, right? And I just thought it was a joke. Like, I curtsied as though I was like, pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
You sit on a throne of lies.
We?
I studied French for 8 years, and now it's deplorable. I can't remember anything, which is just...
I think the word you're looking for is déplorable.
Deplorable. Yeah.
Or done my 10 minutes of Duolingo. Lingo. I really wanted to relearn French. I had studied it for the 4 years in high school, and then it just went away. A croissant.
What a strange person.
3 days before our wedding, we got married. No one knows that, but we called the Archbishop and we just said, look, this spectacle is for the world, but we want our union between us.
Claim an exclusive that when you did these vows or whatever they were with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle 3 days before their actual wedding, at their request you chose to dress as Elvis and sing "Love Me Tender," and they've printed what they say is a genuine photo.
Yes, you have noticed the date, haven't you, Jeremy?
Well, yeah, it took me a moment.
I did hear that, and you can now, having seen that, you can understand why I have decided absolutely not to comment on what happened in that private and pastoral meeting. Apart from anything else, the wig supplier'd want the hair back.
All right, but on that, they definitely got married when we think they did, didn't they? There wasn't any shenanigans there.
Well, I can promise you they got the wedding was on the Saturday. I signed a wedding certificate, and if I sign a false wedding certificate, that is perjury, and I will be going down for a little while.
All right, and when you saw Meghan Markle claiming that it had happened 3 days earlier, did you go to yourself, uh-oh?
Well, there was an element of uh-oh. Yes, there was a bit of uh-oh. But, she clarified that a few days later, and, it didn't matter at all. But the wedding was on the Saturday, and it was a fantastic wedding. I mean, it was a really intimate moment when they were taking the vows with each other, and you sort of forgot there was 1 billion people watching or something.
So like the vows that we have framed in our room are just the two of us in our backyard with the Archbishop of Canterbury, and that was the piece that...
Just the three of us.
Just the
three of us.
Just the three of us.
You liar!
How do we explain that this half-sister isn't invited to the wedding, but that the half-sister's daughter is? And so, with Ashley, the guidance at the time was to not have her come to our wedding. I was in the car with H, and I called her and I had her on speakerphone, and we talked her through what guidance we were being given and why this assessment was made.
Liar!
And that's painful.
That was not the account that two people who worked very closely with Meghan and Harry told me, both of whom had very specific recollections of that conversation with Meghan, which was Meghan saying, by the way, I've got a niece, That was news to the palace. They'd never heard of Ashley Hale before. And I'm close to her, but I don't want to invite her because it will expose her to far too much media scrutiny, to which the aide said, fine, no problem. It was Meghan telling the palace what was going to happen, not the palace giving any steer or any guidance as to which family members would come. They said they wanted more family to come because it would look less weird.
I think I said I was hurt on some level, but I understood where it was coming from. To know that it was because of my biological mother that this relationship that's so important to me was impacted in that way. To feel like because of her it was taken away has been hard.